And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today, as always. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Takes by Fans and be a part of the conversation. And come watch live daily, noon Eastern at twitch.tv/Takes by Fans or at takesbyfans.com. Go to the watch tab, and whenever we are live on the website. Look at us go. We are live, y'all. We are live in the infinite loop of live streaming. It just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. So, however you decide to watch, just make sure you do watch to get all your daily sports content. Alrighty, today is Sunday, so we have to get our final thoughts out on Week 5 that is going to be kicking off in less than an hour. We are 59 minutes away from kickoff, so we will break down all the games and our last-second thoughts and what we've been saying throughout the week. We'll do it here to get everything on the record, so there's no, oh, he said this, but he also said that. What did he really mean? Well, I'm going to tell you what it really mean about every single game today. Plus, there's NBA Finals on today. It's truly absurd. So we got the 1 o'clock football games, we got the 4 o'clock football games, and then we get a nice little break. We get I think it's 7:30 the NBA tip-off, so we can watch that for a little bit, and then we got a double box football, the Sunday night game and the NBA Finals. It's gonna be a great day again. I think, wasn't it last week there was basketball on too? So I mean, it's truly fantastic what we got going on today. Sit back, relax. We're an hour away until all the sports goodness begins. So we'll talk the NFL, we'll talk the NBA, but first, y'all already know, come on. This is why you come to the show, come on. The daily COVID news, and yeah, we took a little bit of a step back today. So this morning, Titans and Patriots both have had a positive test of COVID. The Titans, it was a staff member. I don't know if it was clarified about who got it in the Patriots, but Patriots also have a positive test as well, so they shut down their facilities, but games are still being planned. This Titans Bills game for Tuesday is still set to happen. We'll get more information throughout the day, but so far, I mean, they're not going to postpone the game just because one person got it. Remember, we're waiting for the outbreak in the Titans. They did have one more, so we'll have to close down their facilities for 2 days along with the Patriots. So now you may be thinking, well, Patriots are playing today. Well, this game, or they're supposed to play Monday. Well, the game is getting postponed. It's the Patriots-Broncos game that was supposed to be played Monday at 5 o'clock. It was supposed to be great, right? Right out of work, 5 o'clock game rolls into the Monday Night Football game. We got football basically half the day. It would have been great. But Broncos-Patriots game is being moved till next Sunday. Well, you're probably thinking, well, they have games next Sunday, and they do because the Finns were supposed to play the Broncos. So now that game's not going to happen, which means that we're probably going to have a bye next week. So the schedule right now is just being kind of arranged week by week, depending on where the COVID cases are, who's got buys, who doesn't. So right now, Patriots and Titans are now on buys this week. They're on buys this week. Broncos are on a bye this week. Or no, Titans are not on a bye. I apologize. Broncos and Patriots are both on buys this week. Titans game is still planned for Tuesday. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days, though. So yeah, this is kind of be like the updated schedule now. Broncos and Patriots play next Sunday, not Monday. Week 8, what was supposed to be Denver's bye is now Chargers at Broncos because Denver's bye is getting moved up for this week. And then Week 11, scheduled Miami bye is going to be Dolphins at Broncos to make up that game. So Miami will have their upgraded bye to, or kind of pushed forward by next week. Broncos Dolphins game that was supposed to be played next week is now Week 11. It's a lot of jumbling, and I'm sure we'll get more of this as the season progresses, but this is where we are so far on the COVID cases. But so far, still some silver linings that we can point out. It's still really only Titans and Patriots really having the two main issues. As long as it's not spreading to all the other clubs, we should go off without a hitch. Yeah, there will be a game here rearranged. It was supposed to be played Monday. Now we're going to get pushed it back till next week. And yeah, some buys are being pushed forward, and it sucks, but you got to learn on the fly. You got to adapt. And the Patriots, Bill Belichick was like, hey, we're kind of really the season, we're not even going day by day. We're going hour by hour, and that's truly what it is. So yes, it sucks, and there's a lot of people in these comments, oh, you're punishing the good teams, the teams that didn't have the COVID. Yes, but this is a league collectively. They have to get it figured out. Yes, some teams, I don't know if it's penalizing them. from having to like wait a couple days or the bye get pushed up a little earlier for some teams. I don't know if it's punishing them. They're just trying to make this all work, and people complaining in the comments definitely is not helping out at all. So I still say we stay optimistic, we stay positive. Obviously not COVID positive, that would not be good, but just positive about the situation in general. Let's be optimists and not pessimists, please. And hopefully we can get this season kind of back on track. These last 2 weeks have been a little shaky, but I think we're all still pretty good. We're still getting a lot of games every Sunday. I mean, that's the most important thing, right? We're having a full day of NFL. I think that's the most important. If we're having if it comes down to there's only one game being able to be played on a Sunday, maybe then we can be a little pessimist about the rest of the season. But as long as we're getting 7-8 games every Sunday, I think we're good. So far today, yes, the Broncos and Patriots are not playing this week. They both have byes now, but the Titans-Bills game is still scheduled to be played. But keep on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Hey, I'll let y'all know if you want to get your sports information from me live. Just follow me on Twitter, and I will keep everybody in the loop. Alrighty, enough of that. We are 55 minutes away from kickoff. Let's get into the NBA real quick, and then we'll get into the NFL for the rest of the show. So here it is. Lakers, Heat. I mean, they pulled off a huge win in game number 5. When was it? Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. So absolutely fantastic. Great job by them. Jimmy Butler, y'all know, clutch down late. Then we had Goran Dragic just putting up so many points. So well done by both of them to force a game 6. LeBron's going to be hungry, though. He's going to be angry. But how well is the supporting cast going to play for the Lakers? That's the big question mark. We know LeBron and Anthony Davis are going to do their thing. We know Jimmy Butler's going to do his thing. We know basically the entire Miami Heat will do their thing because they've been so damn consistent this entire playoff series. We just don't know. Markieff Morris, Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma. KCP has had a very, very good series, so I'm not even going to include him in the conversation. It's just those three, Markieff Morris, Kyle Kuzma, Danny Green. What the hell are they going to do? Can they give us at least 10 points? That's it. And be clutch? Just be clutch. You didn't even have to put up 10 points. You just had to be clutch, Danny Green. Remember, you missed a wide open go-ahead three-pointer with 7 seconds left on the clock, and you shorted it. It looked awful, so we put you on the trash list because of it. I don't know about this Lakers team, man. Obviously, we know LeBron, he's going to go crazy. Anthony Davis, he's going to go crazy. Just the supporting cast, I'm not sure about them. So I think once again, we're going to flip our picks. We're going to go Heat plus 7. It's still 7, which is, I can take that. I can take that now. Heat, they've been playing really balls to the wall all out every single game, and I love to see it. Jimmy, it just dropped down to 6. Did it drop down to 6? It's now 6. Interesting. So I still think I like the Heat plus 6. Give them a little extra credit for what they did in game number 5, and we'll go with the plus 6 here. There's just too many question marks about this Lakers supporting cast, and I'm done making excuses. I'm done trying to believe in the supporting cast. Kyle Kuzma, Danny Green, Markieff Morris, even Dwight Howard. He had a good 2 games, but fallen off very significantly since then. So I think we rock with the Heat plus 6. We'll get the points in this finals game. Must-win game for the Heat. Kind of a must-win game for the Lakers, too. I mean, you don't want to go game number 7 when you were up 3-1, and now you got hungry, eager Heat team with Jimmy Butler and some dogs over there. Maybe Goran Dragic could play game 7. I don't think he's going to play game 6. I think he is doubtful, but maybe that extra 2 days rest really could help him for game 7, so you don't even want to have that as an option if you're LeBron James and the Lakers team. They're going to be looking to close out tonight. I think they do. I think they should, but what happened in game number 6? Duncan Robinson went off, and people were just not clutch for the Lakers, not LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So I think we like the Heat here. Must-win game, coming off of a very, very good win. Got the Lakers kind of the backs against the wall. I think the Heat are riding a lot of momentum. Jimmy Butler's finding out ways to win, being the true leader of the squad. Love to see it. He's been so aggressive. Absolutely so great to see this series. I think we like the Heat plus 6. I'll take the 6 points in a finals game, must-win game. I think I'm comfortable with the 6 after the letdown of the Lakers in game number 5. So our official moneymaker today for the NBA section is going to be Heat plus 6. Alrighty, so I can't wait to watch that. All right, let's get into the NFL. We'll go through all the games, what we're saying, what we've been saying throughout the week, final closing thoughts and everything. But before we do that, let's remind everybody of our money makers for today. If you want that last minute bet, we're 50 minutes away from kickoff, so get them in. So go to the website, takesbyfans.com, go to the daily picks tab. We've got them up for today. And this is what we're rocking with today. We've got our locks and our 99% guarantees. In our locks is Atlanta -1.5, Browns +1, Washington +7.5. And then in our 99% guarantees, it's Steelers -7, Texans -5.5, Seahawks -7. And then we've got our NBA Heat +7. I thought it was before. I forgot to refresh it. I thought it was 7 still. So I have to go back in, change this to Heat +6, but it still stands. We like the Heat tonight with the points. I don't know if they win, but I'll take the 6. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's get into it. Go game by game. See if any of these lines has really changed since we've reviewed them on Thursday. So here we go. Raiders, Chiefs. I mean, Chiefs at home, they're the better team, obviously. Raiders are going to get have been a little exposed these last 2 weeks, a little bit better, or a lot of people thought they were a lot better than what they actually are. Their offense is all right, but they go to the tight end a lot. We've seen teams, Saints, Cardinals, just target one person. The Raiders are doing it with their tight end since Henry Ruggs is out. He may be playing tonight, but you're not going to be able to keep up with Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs are going to win this one pretty easily, in my opinion. I don't like Raiders traveling all the way from Vegas to Kansas City. I don't like John Gruden as a coach. I'm sorry, sue me. I don't think it works. I'll go with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's having a very good season. Let's give this man some love, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yes, he had a great game 1. Maybe, fell off in game number 2, 3, but this man is still a solid back in the league, putting up 60 yards, I think, last week. So well done by him, and we'll rock with the Chiefs. As for the spread, it's a lot of points to give up. We probably take the Raiders plus 10.5 because they have shown the ability that they can put up 25-plus points if they really want to, if they play at their best. So we'll take the Raiders plus 10.5 on this one. The Raiders defense is not very good, so Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes probably have a good game plan for them, but this Raiders offense has proven they can score, so 10's a lot to swallow. I think we'll take the 10 here if we have to take the game. Obviously not in our locks or our 99% guarantee section, so this pick won't hurt me, but if I have to bet this one, I think I take the points there. Also, I forgot to, make out this point at the top of the show. This is week number 5. Usually in the league, teams, head coaches, they kind of break down the season into 4 segments, 4 weeks of 4, you know what I mean? So the first segment has done, the first 4 weeks have come. Now this game for every team, week number 5, it's going to be a huge test. Are they the same? Are they the team that started 2-0 and now finished 2-2 in that first 4-week stretch, or the team that started 0-3, won last week, starting to get going? So without the preseason, those 4 games, without the OTAs, we're gonna learn a lot this week. Who are the real deals and who are the pretenders? We're gonna find out a lot this week. Expect maybe a lot of shuffle in our power rankings come Monday, Tuesday when we do those. Expect a lot maybe to change depending on what happens this week. I'm taking this week into account very, very heavy. Maybe not so much what happened the last 4 weeks. So maybe if somebody on the outside looking in, maybe the Browns have a fantastic game tonight. We can possibly move them up big, maybe top 5 even, if they prove themselves good, because this is the week that we really separate who's the real deal, who's really faking it here. I think the Raiders are going to be exposed as fake. They were 2-2 going into this week, so it's a big deciding week for them, but I think they're fake, but we'll take the 10.5 there. So just keep an eye on that. This is a huge week for teams to really see how they're faring. Super Bowl playoff run teams are really going to separate themselves this week. I have a great feeling about it, so. Just wanted to say that off the top. This week is a real big deal on who's the heavy hitters in this league. We'll find out this week. Alrighty, Bengals Ravens. Tough game because the spread is big, but I think we have to go Bengals plus 12 here. Joe Burrow finally got his first win. this was trying to be my point on this kind of week 5 pivotal matchup since the first quarter of the league is quarter of the season is over. The Bengals, Joe Burrow, started off a little slow, 0-2, then they got the tie, now they got the win. So they have so much momentum going into week 5. We can't really think of the Bengals, those first 2 weeks, a little mulligan weeks, a little, getting your footing right weeks. So this Bengals team getting their first win last week, plus 12, that's a lot of points to give anybody. As the Ravens, they've struggled against good teams. They've had, trouble against the Chiefs, and then they kind of struggled against Washington last week, which is a little weird. Yes, they won by 14, but they also gave up 17 points to Dwayne Haskins, who just got benched. So what's the deal there? What's the deal there? Also, they didn't force any turnovers on Dwayne Haskins, so I think Joe Burrow is going to play a clean game today. Yes, they're in Baltimore. Last week, Baltimore was on the road in Washington, but I think I like the 12 here. It's a lot of points to give up, an eager building team in the Bengals where they're getting so much momentum. We'll take the 12 here. I think I like the Bengals. Don't think they win straight up, but they'll make it a competitive game. Joe Burrow's no scrub here, and Lamar Jackson is still trying to prove himself as an elite quarterback against good teams. This Bengals is not a good team, so they might try to do too much here. Bengals plus 12 I think is the play. It's a lot to give up. Joe Burrow's emerging, y'all. Joe Burrow is emerging. Alrighty, Eagles, Steelers, absolutely love it. Steelers couldn't play last week, which could hurt them a little bit. That's why they're in my 99% guarantee section and not the locks category. But the Steelers defense is going to eat Carson Wentz, y'all. He's going to get destroyed. Carson Wentz, he only turned the ball over once last week, which was great for him, but the Steelers defense is another animal. They're great. They're hungry. They were denied playing last week, so they're going to be even more hungry this week. Expect the Steelers team to kind of come out firing, put up a lot of points, really put the pressure on Carson Wentz. I love Big Ben in the spot. I love the Steelers defense. Look for Minkah Fitzpatrick to have a sack and a interception. He's going to be all over the field. And with Carson Wentz not having a great season so far, I think the Steelers really are just all over him all day long. I don't know if the Eagles put up any points at all. That's how good I think the Steelers defense is. But look for the Eagles. I mean, if they have a great game this week, I have to take what I said, just a couple of seconds ago into account. Those first 4 weeks, we can't put too much stake in them. This is the real week. So if the Eagles really want to contend for this NFC East division, they have to prove themselves this week. But they have a very, very tough task in facing the Steelers. They're my number 4 team on the power rankings. Absolutely love their defense. Their offense is just as good. And I think the Steelers win. I think they cover the 7. But if the Eagles want to be serious about the season, they win this game. I don't think they do, but we'll check an eye on them on Monday. Alrighty, Cardinals, Jets. This is really the perfect time for the Cardinals to get back on track. This is a huge game for the Cardinals as well. Are they that great team that we saw those first 2 weeks, or are they this trash team that turns the ball over and can't really put up any points meaningfully except the fourth quarter, what they have been doing these last 2 weeks? So this is a huge game for the Cardinals. They need to step it up this week. They need to just blow the Jets out of the water like every team that has played the Jets this season has been doing. The Jets, they're starting Joe Flacco this week. That's not going to make a difference. He's such a downgrade from Sam Darnold. Joe Flacco, he can't play. He's trash. He sucks. He stole $100 million from the Baltimore Ravens. I really thought he would rejuvenate his career 2 years ago. Who did he go to? I forgot. Jets weren't his first stop. The Broncos. He was with the Broncos last year. I really thought he was going to take that Broncos team over the edge. He didn't. He floundered. He's a fish. Unfortunately, he's still not good. So this Jets team is still trash. They do get Le'Veon Bell back this week, but Adam Gase, he's not going to run the ball 40 times. He's not going to do that. He's not going to run the ball 30 times and, really kind of play to the strength of this Jets offense because they've got no pieces anywhere. They've got no pieces on defense. I would say this is Cardinals blowout, but these last 2 weeks, they got to reprove themselves to me. We'll see which Arizona Cardinals team is the real deal, the first 2 weeks or the last 2 weeks. They'll decide this week. This is what I'm talking about, this huge Week 5 matchup where teams prove themselves. Cardinals have a lot to proving to do. Jets can't prove, so really no reason to even talk about them. But I like the Cardinals here. We'll go the -7. Can't trust Adam Gase with 7 points at all, ever. Can't trust him with 50. Take the Cardinals -50, and it would probably still hit. But like the Cardinals here. Alrighty, Rams and Washington football team. It's in my locks, y'all. I know I might sound a little crazy, but I think this Washington team, they're hungry. They know that they can win now. Ron Rivera's making a tough decision in his mind, not in my mind, to bench Dwayne Haskins for Kyle Allen. I don't think Kyle Allen is great, but we've seen what Dwayne Haskins can do. It's not good. He can't move the ball down the field. He's not giving you a chance to win the game on any given Sunday. Kyle Allen, on the other hand, hey, he doesn't really do it either. I think, 5-7 in his starts in Carolina last season. 17 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. His completion percentage is pretty good. It's like 63, so I can definitely get behind that. But, new system for him. They're at home. Ron Rivera obviously believes Kyle Allen can get the job done, or he would have just stuck with Dwayne Haskins. So I like the 7.5 here, especially with the Rams, who last week only put up 17 points at home against the Giants and had the Giants, down at like the 30-yard line for a potential chance to tie the game on the last possession in the fourth quarter. So I like the Washington football team here. Chase Young is playing this week. That's going to be huge for them, pressuring Jared Goff. Ron Rivera is really buttoning up this team, and you love to see it. A great coach, coaching, a lot of less than role players. Like, I'll try to put it as polite as I can be. I mean, these are some scrubs on this Washington team. I mean, no disrespect, but they're below average role players. So Ron Rivera is really getting this team kind of buttoned up. They're, top of the division because of, their win. I think they're number 2 now, right under the Eagles. The Eagles have it because they tied a game. Congrats, you tied a game, and that's why you're number 1. So look for Washington to make this a very, very close game. Absolutely love the 7.5. Dwayne Haskins not the quarterback. I can get behind that. Kyle Allen takes over. Rams, their offense is good. I don't know what happened last week. Their defense is actually very, very good as well. I mean, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, come on. So Kyle Allen may struggle, but, if Ron Rivera is having faith in him, I'll take the 7.5. Plus, they're at home. What happened when they faced the Eagles at home? They came back down 17 with Dwayne Haskins. So expect this Washington football team's defense to get back on track. Chase Young is back. I'll expect a lot of explosive plays from this Washington team defensively. They keep it close. They could squeak out the win. I don't think they do, but I think they keep it close. I absolutely love the 7.5 there for Washington. Alrighty, Carolina, Atlanta. I look for Atlanta to get back on track this week, to finally get their first win. They can make a huge leap. I would give them a ton of credit if they come out and win this week. Week 5, what have I been saying? This is kind of where we separate the winners and the losers from, folks. If the Falcons lose this week, I will 100% abandon ship, 100%. But I'm holding out one last sliver of hope because they're facing Carolina, and they're 2-2. Are they the real deal? Are they not? We'll find out this week on the road. No Christian McCaffrey, no Julio Jones for Atlanta, but what have I been saying all season about this Atlanta team? Their offense, folks, it's good. Do not get so blindsided by those blown leads and the 0-4 record. This offense is good. Yes, Dan Quinn is a little questionable as a coach. I thought he should have already been gone. As soon as Bill O'Brien got fired, I thought that was a perfect opportunity for Arthur Blank, owner of the Falcons, to really make the move and get Dan Quinn out of here. He's got this funk about him, this losing, blowing leads in big games and in regular season games, funk on him. There's no helping it. There's no prescription to get rid of the funk. It's a fungus. It's a funk that just does not go away unless, the only prescription really is to find a new team and start fresh. So I think Dan Quinn needs to go, but I'm going to hold out hope for one more week on this Atlanta team. We like Atlanta minus 2.5 at home. Do or die game for the season. Do or die game for Dan Quinn. Kind of do or die game for Matt Ryan's legacy. I mean, how are we going to remember Matt Ryan 10 years down the road? I'm really not quite sure yet because his stats are good. He's got to the Super Bowl. He looks calm. I think any given Sunday he gives me a good chance to win the games. It's just somehow they don't, and it's weird, and it doesn't translate. So this is a huge season for Matt Ryan, let alone a big game. So I think we got to rock with the Falcons one more week because it's Carolina. This is the easiest game the Falcons have faced all season. I look for them to take advantage, and we like the Falcons minus 2.5 at home. Jags Texans, huge game for the Texans. Once again, another 0-4 team at home, the easiest game of the year. Texans Falcons, they both should win big today. Texans, they don't have a head coach. I think they play a lot free. I mean, they've got nobody to really hold them accountable. As I brought up, the substitute teacher kind of analogy that's kind of going on with Texans. I expect Deshaun Watson to light it up. I expect whoever's calling the plays for the Texans to kind of just play fearless and go for the win. Who cares? If we lose, all right, we don't have a head coach. I think that's more pressing than winning a game. So I expect the Texans to kind of come out big. But the one thing that worries me is that Vegas also agrees. That's why the spread is -6. The Texans don't have a coach. What the heck is going on? I thought Vegas would kind of play the Jaguars up a little bit from that angle, but they agree with me. Expect the Texans to kind of come out with some firepower. Also, we've learned that the Jacksonville Jaguars are complete frauds. They came out week 1, but now these last 3 weeks, they've been absolutely garbage. Ever since Minshew disrespected Ryan Fitzpatrick for their Thursday night football game, Ryan Fitzpatrick put this man in his place, and he has not recovered since then. So I don't think the Jags are a good team. I don't like Gardner Minshew. I don't like their head coach, Doug Moreau. And, they're going on the road. Not a great recipe. So I like the Texans to win. The -6 is a little iffy to me. I have it in my 99% guarantee, but as I've been thinking about these last 2 days, I'm a little hesitant on it. It's a lot to give up the -6, but I am going to stick with it. We've got it officially locked in at -5.5. It's tough, but I expect big. I mean, this Texans team, once again, their offense has a lot of weapons. Great should I say great? Yeah, let's say great quarterback Deshaun Watson. Great running game, David Johnson, and great receivers. So this high-powered Texans offense is kind of like Atlanta. They're basically in the same boat, except Atlanta still has their coach. But I'm giving one last week to Texans and Atlanta this week. Please do not make me look like a clown, please. All right. 49ers and Dolphins. 49ers getting basically everybody back. Deebo Samuel's back. Jimmy Garoppolo's back. Not Robert. Is it Robert? Something Mostert. He's back. And the 49ers are going to be at home, and they're going to be looking to kind of put a lot of points on the board since they've been playing their B team, their JV offense these last couple weeks. But this Dolphins defense, we get Byron Jones back. For the safety, our defense really has been keeping us in all of these games. These games have been close. The Dolphins have been playing, folks. This is our maybe our second toughest opponent. This is definitely our toughest opponent just because we were at home last week for the Seahawks game, but now we're on the road against a powerhouse team in the 49ers. But I do like our defense to give us a shot here. +8.5. I think I rock with it. It's a lot to give up. This defense for Dolphins is very, very good, folks. We have Brian Flores, a defensive-minded head coach. We've got young guns all over the defensive backfield. So look for us to kind of make a little of a statement here. It's just Ryan Fitzpatrick. We know he's a backup. He only performs in big spots. This is not it's a decent big spot, but it's not on television, and we're not home. So I don't expect too much from Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think we're making the switch from Fitzpatrick to Tua really any week now. It's got to come. Tua's going to give us the best chance to win these games, especially with an extra playoff spot this year, and how kind of poor just teams have been performing really around the league. So I still think we're up for the playoff spot with only one win. We're 1-3 at the current moment. I think we got to rock with Tua at some point. Got to cut the cord on Fitzpatrick. Got to cut the strings on Tua and let this man ball at some point. I expect it sooner rather than later. Obviously not coming today, but I like the Dolphins +8.5. Giants, Cowboys, all right, a huge kind of narrative that I forgot to talk about when we were initially talking about this game is that Dallas's ex-head coach, Jason Garrett, is the offensive coordinator for the Giants. So he's going to want to make Daniel Jones look real good in this game. He's going to want to try to get some revenge. He's seeing what Mike McCarthy's doing for the Cowboys, and he's probably thinking to himself, y'all fired me for this, man? Y'all fired me for a 1-3 start? Could never be me. I would never do that. I'd go 8-8, not 1-3. So, right, Cowboys are 1-3. They've only got one win. Am I bugging? Yeah, they're 1-3. So, yeah, I was right. All right. Yeah, Jason Garrett's probably laughing to himself. He's like, this Cowboys team, hey, do what y'all do, but I see your 1-3 record on this Cowboys, and obviously I would never do that. I would offensive coordinate my team to 0-4, but hey, you can't put that on me, right? Because I'm only the offensive coordinator. So this game is going to be a little bit closer than I may have been thinking. Just because the Cowboys defense is so bad, the Giants our offense is also very bad, but they just keep you in games somehow, and I've got to kind of maybe accredit that to Jason Garrett. Why would we not think that he's having Daniel Jones perform very well with no weapons, and he's giving this Giants team a chance to go out and win games? So expect this one to be a little closer than I originally anticipated it to be. We might like Giants +7 at this point. Their offense is just, their pieces, their weapons offensively are very not good. So I have to give Jason Garrett a ton of credit for what he's doing. This Cowboys team, they should come out on fire, but this is a divisional game. This division's really up for grabs, folks. The leader at the top only has one win, so go and chase it. Everybody's in it. The Giants are even still in it, 0-4 at the moment. So expect a huge performance by Jason Garrett coaching offensively. I expect Daniel Jones to have a decent day, and I expect this one to be a little bit closer than a lot of people think. We'll go Giants +7.5 here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull the trigger. Giants +7.5. I'm going to endorse that. This is going to be in our, I would probably put that in as our, 51% guarantee is Giants +7.5. Alrighty, Colts, Browns. Absolutely love the Colts, or the Browns here. Excuse me, Colts. No. I love the Browns here. Their offense is so good, and Kevin Stefanski, man, he's doing a wonderful job coaching. This man is no Freddie Kitchens, I'll tell you that. He knows the strengths of this Cleveland Browns team, and it's all the superstars all over the mother-loving field. And don't say, oh no, Nick Chubb is out, and Kareem Hunt's going to have to take over. Do y'all not remember what Kareem Hunt did for the Kansas City Chiefs? This man was an absolute monster, and then he got in trouble. What was it? Domestic violence? Something off-field related. So he had to, take basically a year off or a suspension. So Kareem Hunt, he's the number one running back. He is a number one running back. Do not get that confused. So Browns are still going to have so many weapons offensively at receivers, at running back. Baker Mayfield, he just needs to be a game manager, and so far he's been doing it this season. The defense is helping him with short fields. The trick plays are helping him with shorter fields, and they're at home coming off of a huge win. Absolutely love it. This Colts team, I like their defense. I truly do. I think they're one of the top tier defenses in the league, possibly top 10. I would say that. They're outside looking in. Both of these teams are outside looking in my top 10 power rankings. So a win by either of these teams could really put them in the top 10 come Tuesday. But this Colts, I don't trust Phillip Rivers. He might get a little cocky this game. This Browns defense is as good as this Colts defense in my opinion. So we're getting equal defenses, but this Browns offense is so much better than the Colts offense. I don't trust Phillip Rivers just quite yet. They really only have one receiver in T.Y. Hilton, whereas the Browns, we got Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. Folks, come on. So I love the Browns here at home. The -1, it's basically nonsense. We actually had them at +1, so, this one has been kind of moving around a little bit of a 2-point swing from Thursday to right now, half hour before kickoff. So, a lot of people are liking the Browns. I'm liking the Browns, excuse me. It's just something about Phillip Rivers. He left a bad taste in my mouth after week 1, but if he has a good game tonight, I will swallow that bad taste, and I will forgive and I will apologize to Phillip Rivers for doubting this man 5 weeks into the season. But I think I like the Browns here, folks. I actually do like the Browns here. There's no thinking about it. They're in my locks. Come on. Browns here. Browns big. Love them, love them, love them. I think this also, I forgot to mention, this is the hardest game for the Colts. They've had Vikings at home and Jets at home. Folks, that's no competition. I could beat both of those teams myself. One-man offense could beat me, myself, alone. 1 versus 11, I could beat the Vikings defense by myself. That's how bad they are. So Colts might get a little bit of a shock here with a great defense that they have to face, and I expect Phillip Rivers to throw at least one interception against it. Alrighty, Vikings Seahawks. Love the Seahawks here. They're my number 1 team in our power rankings. It's Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is going to eat this game. He's going to have 2 touchdowns, no doubt. This Vikings team cannot cover anybody. They give up so many points. Seahawks at home, they can score so many points. Russell Wilson can go and throw 5 touchdowns whenever the hell he wants, and he's going to have a field day. Primetime game. We know what Kirk Cousins does on primetime. He shrinks a lot. I can't even go any lower. But if I could, I would, because that's how much Kirk Cousins shrinks in big games. Their defense is atrocious. This Vikings team, I mean, you've got to move off of Kirk Cousins. You've got to do something. Their running game is very good. I am very impressed with Dalvin Cook. He's still having great games. I think he's had 100 yards rushing these last 2 games. That is definitely going to be what they try to focus on, but I think the Seahawks are going to shut it down. They've got defensive weapons everywhere. I don't think Jamal Adams is playing this game. That is a little bit of a knock on Seattle, but they still got, pieces around them to kind of make up for it. And if they don't, they'll get into a shootout, and I'm taking Russell Wilson over Kirk Cousins in a shootout. Absolutely, 100%. I would die on that. I would bet takes by fans. I'd bet this entire operation, this entire organization on Russell Wilson. If it was just who do you like, who shootout, neutral field, Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins, I'm going with Russell Wilson. And so if the defense gets in trouble for Seattle, they'll have Russell Wilson to bail them out. Chargers Saints. This is Monday Night Football. I expect the Saints to get back on track. They got back on track last week. A little bit of a stumble out of the gate, but they got it going. Mid-second quarter, mid-first quarter, they got it back together. So no worries there. Michael Thomas, I believe, is playing. Don't quote me. He's good to go. The team doctors, it's whether they want to take him slowly or not. But Saints at home. Primetime game again. I mean, I feel like we say this all the time. Saints on primetime television. Jesus, how many primetime games do they get? The Saints offense is loaded with weapons. I love Emmanuel Sanders, and they finally got him going into the offense last week with 90 yards receiving. So I expect them to keep it up. Chargers, Justin Herbert is kind of getting into this offense, but he's being held back by the play calls. Let this man open it up. We've seen the arm. You've seen the arm. I mean, the arm is great. He can throw accurately 40-plus yards. Stop with the dink and dunk. That's all we've been seeing. They'll dink and dunk all the way down the field for the first quarter, and then a play in the second half, they'll open it up for a 40-yard, and it goes for a touchdown, so I do respect that. But, teams are going to catch on to that at some point because you've just done it last week, so they will catch on. You've got to start letting this man make those 8 yards, 15-yard throws, kind of consistently work that into the game plan of the offense. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to run on first down, and then we're going to open it up on 2nd and 5 because we picked up a great yards running game because that's what the Chargers are. They're a very good running team. Even with Austin Eckler out, they're still making it work. So, yes, the Chargers' running game is very good, but Justin Herbert, I think, is even better. They've got to stop holding this man back a little bit. And then, it broke throughout the week that, Justin Herbert's named the starter. Yeah, we know that. You cannot put Justin Herbert into live games last second, week 2, and then try to bench him for Tyrod Taylor, week 5. What sense does that make? Tyrod Taylor's healthy, now he can go. It doesn't matter. He lost his spot. You only had Tyrod Taylor there to work Justin Herbert through the season, and then once we feel comfortable with him, you let him loose. But once you've already put him out there, there's no putting the toothpaste back in the tube. Justin Herbert, that was a non-story. I hate non-stories, it truly frustrates me. Non-story there with Justin Herbert being named the starter. We knew that, folks. Come on. Let's be smarter than that. So Chargers here, I expect it to be a little bit competitive. Big time, big game for Justin Herbert. I don't think he'll shrink in it. I don't think he'll shrink under the pressure of the national spotlight. I expect him to have a great game. I just want the play calling to kind of support what his arm can handle. And I'm talking about, deep throws down the field. Let's get these consistently. What happened? Why did they get a big lead against the Bucs last week? Because of those big plays downfield that caught the Bucs off guard with the big throws by Justin Herbert. Teams are going to, stop pressing now, so you can open it up a little bit with Justin Herbert. But, they shrunk a little bit in the second half. They stayed with the dink and dunk in the second half, and the Chargers end up blowing the lead against the Bucs last week. So we'll see what the game plan is. But I think I like the 7.5. It's a lot to give up, and this Chargers team is kind of built for win now. They were kind of built to win now last year, but Phillip Rivers could not stop turning the ball over and hurting the squad. So now they have Justin Herbert, who's got some better habits, some better fundamentals, a little younger, a little eager, a little more hungry. I expect the Chargers to be competitive here. I think I like the 7.5 over the Saints, minus 7.5. We like the Chargers. I think the Saints win just because their defense is so good when they're not destroying their own selves by getting penalties every single play. And their offense is Drew Brees. Come on, do I need to say any more? The man is still fine. Let's relax. Him and Tom Brady are not old. Their arms are still fine and serviceable and above average than what we've been seeing. I still take an old Drew Brees and Tom Brady over Justin Herbert, over Kirk Cousins, over Dak Prescott, over Daniel Jones, over Baker Mayfield, over Phillip Rivers, over Ryan Fitzpatrick, over who do we got? Jimmy Garoppolo, over Deshaun Watson, over Gardner Minshew, over Matt Ryan, over Teddy Bridgewater, over Kyle Allen 100%. Over Jared Goff, maybe. I am impressed with Jared Goff. Definitely over Sam Darnold and Joe Flacco, 1,000,000%. Not over Kyler Murray. Let's not get crazy. Big Ben's in that category too of old quarterbacks. Not over Lamar Jackson, not over Joe Burrow just because he's so good young. Not over Patrick Mahomes, but definitely over Derek Carr. So more than half the league, I still take these old 40-year-old quarterbacks that everybody says, oh, the arm is done. I still take them every week against over 75% of the current starting quarterbacks in the league. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. That's the truth, and I speak the truth. All right, and then we got the Sunday. Hang on, what? Sunday 425? October 18th? This is next week. Oh, this game's already up. Oh, my God, ruining the spread for me. Damn it. Packers +2. Oh, my goodness. We're getting breaking news here. Packers +2 next week, Sunday. I'm pissed that they just ruined that. Now I can't guess next week. How unfortunate. But early, I like... Oh, yeah, give me the points with Aaron Rodgers. I'll take Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady right now, actually. Yeah, so that's what we got tonight. Tonight, also, all day. We can't talk about the... Was Bills Titans on there? We didn't talk about them. So we'll talk about them. That got moved till Tuesday. So far, it's still being played, but I'm sure it will be pulled maybe tomorrow. But Bills Titans, like the Bills, I like what Josh Allen has proven us. This is a huge week once again for Josh Allen. Maybe his biggest test yet at the moment on the road against Tennessee, who just got to the AFC Championship game last season with Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry, and they're still doing the same things that they did in the playoffs this season. Run the ball, pound the ball. I mean, we're going to run 26 times, folks. If you want to try and stop it, go ahead. But if you try to stop that, we've got Ryan Tannehill, who's going to play action his way down the field, short, intermediate throws, and once it's open, he's going to fire it down the field because he does have decent deep ball accuracy. So I think I like the Bills here over the Titans. I'm absolutely in love with this Bills defense. I think they're top 3 defenses in the league. I think I would put Steelers, Bills. Which other defense? Steelers, Bills. In the top 3, I'm thinking Steelers, Bills. Top 5, you would probably put Steelers, Bills. Browns, Colts, maybe. Is that wild to say? Seahawks defense gives up a ton of points, but they're bend but don't break, which I love. So I would put the Seahawks defense in the top 3, yeah. Bills, Steelers, and Seahawks, even though the Seahawks give up a lot of points. I'm big on the bend but don't break. Yeah, so that's what we've got this week. I like the Bills to finish it out. We'll see if they actually play. Let's see if there's any actually news here. We're 20 minutes away from tip-off, or kickoff. Tip-off, kickoff. We got both of them today, no worries. Looks like no breaking news. Alex Smith is active today, the first time since November 2018. You love to see it. Comes back from that gruesome, and I mean absolutely gruesome, leg injury. Had to learn how to walk again, and now he's pretty much the backup to Kyle Allen because Dwayne Haskins, he's not active. He's got a stomach virus, so the man is sick, not with COVID. He also cannot play. So, yeah, that's what we got tonight. That's what we got today. Yeah, that's the official predictions. I expect those all to happen because whatever we say here at Takes by Fans is the gospel, and you can take that to the bank. So thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with all the where we were right and never where we were wrong, because we're never wrong here at Takes by Fans. So thanks for watching. We'll be back here tomorrow, twitch.tv/takesbyfans, takesbyfans.com/watch. Either way, noon Eastern, we'll be there. Those 2 places. Follow me on Twitter for live updates throughout any game throughout the day. On Twitter at Takes by Fans. Best place to get a hold of me. You can direct message me. You can @ me. I will see it. So either of those 2 ways, best best ways to get a hold of me. Go to the website, Takes by Fans. Look around there. I mean, we've got everything going on there, folks. If you want to look at our moneymakers, they're there. Our cash and trash lists are there. Let's see who we have to kind of root for today. We got Russell Wilson, Steelers defense, Aaron Rodgers, Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Odell Beckham, Delvin Cook, and Mike Evans all on the cash list from going into this week. So we'll see if they can keep their spots. We've seen Russell Wilson on here since week 1. So will he finally get off? I doubt it. The man's been absolutely fantastic. We've had the Steelers defense on here for 2 weeks because they couldn't play last week. I wasn't going to take him off. Aaron Rodgers on here for the past couple weeks. So we got a good list here, and the trash list, the people that need to prove themselves. Dan Quinn got to get a win today to get off. Adam Gase, once again, he's got to get a win, but he won't, so he'll probably stay on. Ryan Fitzpatrick just cut down the interceptions. Daniel Jones, just be clutch in the fourth quarter for once in your life, please. And Nick Mullins, we can take him off the cash or trash list because he's no longer playing anymore because we got Jimmy G back. So we'll have all this good stuff throughout the week. Power rankings going in. Patriots at 10, Titans at 9, Bucks at 8, Rams at 7, Bills at 6, Ravens at 5, Steelers at 4, Green Bay at 3, Chiefs at 2, and Seahawks at 1. Just a quick look overhaul. I mean, the biggest moves this week really could be Cleveland getting on this list since who's probably going to lose in this top 10? Bills, Titans, this could be a big game if it gets played on Tuesday. I mean, one team will probably stay and one team will fall off, making an extra spot available. I don't see Seattle, Kansas City, Green Bay, or Steelers all losing, so the top 4 will most likely stay the same. But hey, come watch on Tuesday when we update that. So thanks for watching. We're 15 minutes away from kickoff, so get whatever you need to get. Plant yourself in front of the television and have yourself a good day because there's a lot of great sports on today. Alrighty, that's going to be it. We're done. Finally done. We're out. We'll be back tomorrow. Y'all know where to find us. Thanks.